Greetings of the day. I'm Pavana Sivakumar, teaching assistant from Department of Psychology, Kristu Jayanti College, Autonomous. So, today we are going to deal with the subject emotion, which is one of the most critical psychological variable. So, before going on to the definition, I would like to explain some scenarios here. Imagine you are in a wedding hall or in a funeral, or you see yourself fighting with your best friend, or you're stuck in the examination hall without knowing what to write. Can you tell me what is the distinct feature between all these four scenarios, except for the physical context? Obviously, it is an emotion. When you're standing in a wedding hall, you are happy. When you are attending a funeral, obviously you will be disappointed. And when you are fighting with your friend, you will be angry. And in the exam hall, you will be sad. So, emotion is a complex reaction pattern involving experiential, behavioral, and physiological elements by which an individual attempts to deal with a personally significant matter or event. There are two types of emotions. So, the emotions are basically classified into primary and secondary emotion. Primary emotion means the innate, universally accepted emotion. Some of the examples of primary emotions are happiness, sadness, anger, and fear. Secondary emotions, on the other hand, are different from each of the individual. So, secondary emotions are not universal and different people express it in different ways. Some of the examples of secondary emotions are jealousy, pride, guilt, and embarrassment. So, you can understand from the example in itself that whether you're happy, sad, or if you're having fear, the way you're going to express it is going to be same for most of the individuals across the globe. Whereas jealousy, pride, guilt, or embarrassment is going to be different or different emotions as displayed. Moving on to the next part, which is the theories of emotion. Under the theories of emotion, first we are going to explain the James Lange theory of emotion. The James Lange theory of emotion was developed by William James and Carl Lange. It's cut. Sir? Okay. Can I continue, sir? Okay. The James Lange theory of emotion is basically two theories which was developed by William James and Carl Lange. It was combined to form the James Lange theory which we have today. So basically, according to James Lange theory, the emotion is formed by physiological reaction. When you come across a stimuli, your body starts reacting and that is then perceived as an emotion. To give an example, imagine you are walking to your house and there is a dog waiting to attack you. Then your body starts sweating, heartbeat increases, blood pressure increases, pupil dilates, and then your body perceives that the physiological response happens because of the emotion, which is fear. Contrary to this, we have the second theory, which is the Cannon-Bard theory of emotion. The Cannon-Bard theory of emotion was developed by Walter Cannon and Philip Bard. Cannon-Bard theory says the exact opposite thing of James Lange theory. According to Cannon-Bard theory, emotion is actually developed while physiological reaction happens in your body and there is a simultaneous understanding or perception of what it leads to. An example can be the same thing when you're going to your home, you come across a dog which is about to attack you. Your body starts reacting in all the ways where your heartbeat increases, blood pressure increases, there is pupil dilation. At the same time, simultaneously, your body also perceives that there is an emotion happening, which is fear. After Cannon-Bard theory, there comes the most important theory of emotion, which is the Sacher-Singer theory. The Sacher-Singer theory is also known as the two-factor theory of emotion because it's actually dealing with one extra factor, which is the cognition. According to Sacher-Singer theory, when you come across a stimulus, it results in the physiological reaction, which is then followed by the cognitive labeling of what it might be, and then the emotion. An example can be the same dog scenario where you're walking to your house, you come across an angry dog, the physiological arousal happens in your body, then the brain decides, okay, I am feeling something scary, which is then perceived as emotion. So these are the three theories of emotion. Now we'll discuss emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence was first found by Salovey and Meyer in 1990, but the term was popularized by Daniel Goleman in 1995 in his book Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ. So basically, emotional intelligence is the ability to monitor one's own and other people's emotion and to manage one's own and other people's emotion. To summarize whatever we have learned right now, we defined emotion, then we discussed about different classification of emotion. We discussed the James Lange theory, Cannon-Barth theory, and two-factor theory of emotion, which is also called the Sacher-Singer theory, and finally, emotional intelligence. Thank you so much.